You did a good job on the Omega base, team. You saved thousands of lives and billions of dollars in SHIELD equipment. Yes, a device known as the mutant amplifier. It magnifies a mutant's natural powers. Until we locate Doom's base, nothing. And since all we're doing is cooling our heels, I want you to investigate a report that there's a riot taking place in Atlantis. See Wyatt Wingfoot, and he'll take you to SHIELD's Atlantis outpost. Or if you'd like more information, talk to the Black...
Sí, quiero más información. También le voy a llevar el casco a cosa.
We just received a message from Namorita, the cousin of Namor. Apparently, there is a riot going on in Atlantis. Unknown, but for some reason, the Atlanteans have forcibly removed Namor from his throne. Yes, which means something is seriously wrong. See Wyatt when you are ready to go to SHIELD's outpost in Atlantis.
¿Por qué los Atlantes atacarían a Namor?
We do not know. He has been a fair and just ruler for many years. The people love him. Perhaps, but Namor has always been kind to his people. There has to be some other explanation for this mass hysteria. When Mer people and surface dwellers first met, there was quite a bit of hostility. There were even several invasion attempts. The relationship between our two races is lukewarm at best.
Son tibios.
The Mer people prefer to keep us at arm's distance.
¿Cómo llegaremos hasta
Once
Atlantis?
you reach our Atlantis outpost, you will be infected with a special nanotechnology. Mr. Fantastic and Dr. Pym had a hand in developing it. It will allow you to breathe water with no discomfort. You will also be able to move along the bottom of the ocean, as if you were moving on dry land. My apologies. I should have given it to him as soon as we arrived. Please, take this to
¿No
him.
hice eso ya?
You are quite well.
I wish I could go to Atlantis with you, Cap. It's a fantastic sight.
So I hear, sir. I just hope we can be of help to Namor.
SHIELD's directive is to keep the world peace. To do that, we have to monitor the activities of every major civilization. I'm sure they wouldn't be too happy, and that's why they aren't going to find out about it. We realize now that Doom had no intention of commandeering the helicarrier. They attacked to draw additional security forces there. Correct. The Omega and the experiments it held was their prime objective all along. Dugan's still trying to sort things out, but apparently the base sustained only minor damage. Yes, they'd been locked in a cold storage unit on level 3, aside from some minor cases of frost. You're welcome.
Yo esperaba un reclamo. Un reclamo del tipo... Che, gato. ¿Cómo es eso que están fabricando armas otra vez y que quieren reprogramar a Ultron?
Welcome, my friend. Do you require information?
¿Quién es Namor?
Namor is the first known hybrid of Homo sapiens and Homo mermanus,
Humano es
humans
ese.
and mer people. He can breathe water and air, but if he's away from water too long, he will begin to weaken. As with most mer people, he has an inborn distrust of surface dwellers, and true to his belligerent nature, Namor can take his distrust to the extreme. The Atlanteans are distant cousins to your race. Having evolved on the ocean floor, it is impossible for them to breathe air. Because they live in the extreme conditions of the ocean, mer people are very hardy. They are stronger than humans, can swim up to 30 miles per hour, and live to be over 150 years of age.
Bien.
I am glad.
Toma tu casco, bobo.
Ah, my cybernetic helmet. Thanks, I owe you one. The mutant amplifier vastly augments any mutant's natural power. So a psychic that can lift a book will become powerful enough to lift a bus. Yes, but it has some serious side effects. The amplifier causes damage to the DNA of any mutant it's used on. Not much. The serum's only worked on Captain America. There's something very peculiar about his physique. That, plus the doctor who originally developed it, is dead. he'd wind up with a bunch of muscle-bound beasts, just like you saw in the Omega. They're psychotic, violent, unable to take orders. Not exactly what you'd want from an army.
Gracias, Hank. Gracias por nada, realmente. Bueno. Vamos a hacer una cosa maravillosa. Lo primero, vamos a cambiar un toque el equipo porque quiero cambiar equipo. Vamos a poner en lugar de Johnny a Sue.
Invisible Woman.
En lugar de Logan
Iron Man.
a Iron Man. Y en lugar de Spider-Man
Mr.
a
Fantastic.
Mr. Fantastic.
Time to move out.
Ya, ahora quiero hacer otra cosa. Primero, desactivar esto. Segundo, desactivar esto. Y ahora sí. Chip de Modoc. Está bien.
All right.
Y ahora... ¡Pum! ¡Miren esto! ¡Miren esto! ¡Wow! Parece una S, pero... ¡Qué buenos fondos! RGD, pero son muy buenos fondos de pantalla.
Welcome and good day to you. I am Edwin
Sí, ya sé
Jarvis,
quién sos.
personal butler to Mr. Anthony Stark.
Es una suerte de Alfred en realidad.
This area is where Mr. Stark carries out the research and development of his Iron Man suit. As you can imagine, you may walk around and inspect the facilities. I believe you'll already find...
Sí, sí. Déjame pasar. ¡Bobo! Whistle.
Yeah. The name's Jack Hammer, but you can call me Weasel. Everyone does. Yeah, and don't worry, I came in through the back. No one saw me. Wyatt Wingfoot gave me a damaged laptop. Said you heroes wanted to know what... Yeah, that laptop holds security information for a building... I can find out, but you'll have to get me the password. Oh, there's 3 possibilities. Jacob Fury, Baron Strucker, or Gabriel Jones. Talk to Vision.
Messi. Después lo reviso.
Ah, splendid. You located the missing cufflink. It was a gift from Miss Virginia Potts when she had been Mr. Stark's secretary. My name is Edwin Jarvis, and I'm Mr. Anthony Stark's butler, as well as the butler for the Avengers. You could say it runs in my blood. My mother and father worked for Mr. Stark's parents. It is a dream of Mr. Stark's that was 4 years in the making. The top 3 floors are his living quarters. The rest of the building houses his business interests. No, not any longer. Mr. Stark recently had a change of heart concerning that particular field of industry. This is primarily where new Iron Man suits are built for Mr. Stark. Oh, indeed he does. But as his designs have grown more and more complex, he has required assistance in manufacturing them. It was my pleasure.
Un disco... Ah, esto solo se puede agarrar con Iron. LOL. Electra, Black Panther.
I must admit, I find news of a SHIELD outpost near... Now I know the extent SHIELD is willing to go to gather information on countries with closed borders. Indeed it does. And now I wonder if perhaps SHIELD doesn't have an outpost hidden there.
Obvio que sí, papu.
We have the largest deposit of vibranium in the world. To open our borders would be an invitation to those who would conquer us. Over the centuries, fools have tried. But the Black Panther is always there to stop them. Indeed I am. Victor Von Doom has created a sizable army of supervillains. I don't know, but Doom must have a truly grand scheme to risk attacks on the helicarrier and the Omega base. You are quite welcome.
Sure.
Hello, my friend. I trust all is well. You are...
Has Tony Stark got it made or what? He's rich, he's a genius, and to top it all off, he's got the perfect mustache. Gee, I can't see why. Dr. Doom's in control of an army of supervillains, and the Black Widow is working for him. Are you off your meds? The only thing that would make this worse is if the Earth were destroyed to make way for an intergalactic highway. Of course she is. Hey, I've been at the superhero game long enough to know that the hot chicks always turn evil. Probably because evil pays better. If one of Nick's little S.H.I.E.L.D. agents is turned to the dark side, then Nicky'll have to figure it out for himself. No, it isn't. If you finish that sentence, I'm gonna put so much web in your hair, you'll have to shave your head. Sure.
Qué divertido que es este personaje, la... Que lo reparió. Acá no hay nada. Hay un casco. Mira, el Mark 3. No quiero hablar con Whistle porque prefiero hablar con Whistle usando Logan. A Deadpool.
I've heard people complaining about S.H.I.E.L.D. since we got back from the Omega. I'm telling you, I trust Nick Fury. He's pulled my fat out of the fire more times than I can remember. Look, Fury does what he has to keep the world safe. He ain't always got the luxury of playing by the rules. I've known her for a while. She's always been good in a fight. And Fury trusts her. Unless that meathead Weasel comes up with better evidence, I ain't believing nothing against the Black Widow. Of course I am. He's been loyal to me. After all the trouble I had with the Hand recently, I owe Fury my life a dozen times over. Let's just say that evil bunch of psychos got hold of me and turned me into their assassin. It caused a lot of people a lot of pain. But Fury helped me out, kept me alive. And I'll never forget that. Sure thing.
Okay.
Okay.
The Black Widow is up to something, I just know it. Did you see how nervous she was on the helicarrier? Sure looks like it. She must have been trying to get that laptop to the enemy during the helicarrier battle. Yes. That laptop shows all security systems for the building. And from the looks of those systems, the Imperium must hold something valuable. Not yet. She's his second in command. We're going to need some pretty strong evidence to shake Fury's faith in her. Yes, Colonel Fury's trust doesn't come easily, and once given, it's nearly impossible to break. Okay, so Daredevil and I were close several years back, and the Black Widow and Daredevil were close not so long ago. No, I'm not. I'm long over Daredevil. If he can find happiness with the Black Widow, I wish them both the best.
¿Qué le pasa a la mano?
You're welcome.
No la había visto, tiene la mano retorcida. Bueno, vamos a cambiar... ¿A quién cambio? Voy a cambiar a Mr. Fantastic por Deadpool y voy a tener algunas conversaciones con algunos personajes. Y después tal vez haga... no sé qué voy a hacer.
Deadpool.
Ah, ya... Voy a cambiar su por Storm, a ver si puedo activar un diálogo con la Pantera Negra. Aunque no sé, porque a veces solo funciona la primera vez que hablas con un personaje. Just what I was.
Welcome, my friend. Namor as
Esto ya lo hice.
the Atlanteans are because I know it's a name Colonel Fury would just as soon forget. Jacob Fury was so jealous of his older brother's success that he turned to a life of crime. Yes, and to make matters worse, the Colonel was forced to kill Jacob. So you can see why Colonel Fury does not care to dwell on that name. I would suggest you talk to the Black Widow about that name. I am glad to be of assistance.
¿Vos tenés algo de info? Salchi. Me vas a...
Hi, it's good to see.
Listo, lo mismo que yo sabía. Fium. Ah. También voy a sacar a Iron Man del equipo. Nada más para que haya alguien más.
Thor.
Y voy a volver a poner a Reed Richards.
Mr. Fantastic. Captain America.
We're back in action.
Muy confuso lo que acabo de hacer, pero yo entiendo. Yo después ahora me voy a fijar, pero voy a hablar con la Vida Negra y después con Nick Fury.
Hello, Deadpool. I would not say that name too loud. He is a leader of Hydra and a longtime nemesis of Colonel Fury. You should ask Colonel Fury about Mr. Jones. My apologies. You are
Well done on the Omega mission. Will you have the same success in Atlanta? Gabe? Heck yes. He's a great guy. Back in the day, he was one of my Howling Commandos. He still is. Gabe's one of my top advisors. He saved me from making serious mistakes more times than I care to remember. You're welcome.
We still riding on a bird. Whistle es comadreja en inglés, ¿no? Mira. De una. Con 5 tenemos a la Pantera Negra. Mira, Tony Stark.
Weasel, old buddy. I haven't seen you in weeks. Where have you been hiding?
In the hospital, you stabbed me in the leg. Remember?
Oh yeah, that's right. But I had to. You were trying to eat the last cheesy puff.
It was my bag of cheesy puffs.
Well, that's not how I remember it.
It definitely belongs to the Black Widow. It's got her fingerprints all over it. For most techs, it would have been a lost cause, but for me, I managed to drag up a few tidbits of information. It mostly dealt with a building called the Imperium. I don't know, but that laptop had the layout of the building and all kinds of information about the security. I can, but you need to get me Fury's password into S.H.I.E.L.D.'s priority files. I bet I'll find everything you want to know. My sources tell me it's one of 3 possibilities. Jacob Fury, Baron Strucker, or Gabriel Jones. That's what I need you to find out. Thanks. When you get back from Atlantis, I'll have all the... Sure. Anytime.
Posiblemente no sea esa que yo elegí, porque ahí me pidió... No sé si están leyendo, pero se entiende. Bueno, es para resolver para desbloquear el cosito ese. Bueno, acá está Iron Man, pero voy a hablar con Reed Richards.
Stark Tower's a beauty, isn't she? I consider her one of my greatest achievements. No problem. Our little task force needed a base, so it seemed like the thing to do. I wasn't worried about the cost. That is, until S.H.I.E.L.D. and I had our little disagreement. More like they had trouble with me. I wanted out of the weapons business. I can't tell you how many breach of contract suits they filed. That was just the beginning. Suddenly I had trouble getting building permits, filing patents. Don't get me started on how my taxes changed. I'm not sure exactly. One morning I realized I needed to do more than just amass wealth. I wanted to help people, and weapons aren't that helpful. You really don't need that many billions to get by. No, my life's taking a new course. I want to be remembered for helping lives, not destroying them. Anytime, my friend.
Ese Iron Man me cae mejor que el de los cómics.
Of course.
Hello, my friend. You are...
Hobbitian amarillo de mujer. Bueno, mi cerebro es un desfile de estupideces. Otro equipo. ¡Salgan!
Invisible woman. Iceman.
Chill.
This should be interesting.
Podría elegir directamente a los propios mensajes, pero no.
Yes.
No problem.
Guau, dije. Pero...
Could I ask a big favor of you? Would you ask Dr. Pym if he could take a look at the Quinjet's data feed to Stark Tower? It cuts out every once in a while. Are you kidding? Mr. Stark built this jet as tough as they come. No problem. She's completely submersible.
Bueno, voy a hablar con el hombre hormiga, porque me pidió este chanta que... Bueno, no sé si decirle el hombre hormiga, es Hank Pym. Porque el hombre hormiga es un manto que tuvo tanta gente. Y el mejorcito sigue siendo
Good to see
Scotland.
you. Do you need something? Ah, that's right. The Quinjet's comm line to the Stark Tower was... Ah.
Listo.
Welcome back from the Omega Bay.
Hello, Vision. It's a lucky thing we ran into Dr. Banner, or that gamma bomb would have detonated.
I know it's a... Yes, I would suggest you talk to the Black Widow.
Bueno, vamos a guardar la partida y nos vamos a Holanda. Arre. Bueno, gente, así se termina este capítulo. Perdón por todos los diálogos que estuve leyendo, que encima los leí para mí solo porque literalmente me da mucha pereza estar leyendo en voz alta. Pero bueno, los dejo con algunos fondos y hasta la próxima. Después veo cómo edito esto y lo voy a subir así. Y bueno, me voy a disculpar si estuve aburrido, pero había mucho texto y poco que explicar de la jugabilidad o de los personajes, y tampoco había muchas cosas interesantes que hacer o decir. A este equipo lo voy a elegir principalmente porque Namor tiene vínculos personales con el Capitán América, con la Mujer Invisible, por consecuencia con Reed Richards, y a Iceman porque vamos abajo del agua y porque no sé, porque sí, la verdad que ya no tengo criterio. Así que bueno, acá se termina el Cap. Pero no el Cap América, sino el capítulo, el episodio. Y bueno, nos vemos la próxima. Que la fuerza los acompañe y que el poder los proteja.